All right, so I want to take a few minutes and react to something that I saw, and mostly react to some of the reactions to it that I found perplexing. And I want to talk sort of broadly about, kind of within the context of when you're jamming with people, or when you're a short-term sub, or when you're like taking kind of opportunities to sit in with people, kind of understanding the assignment and also having the courage to leap, to just get in there. So, what I'm reacting to here, and this is, I'm going to admit, what she's asking for is none of those things, but I'm going to talk about it sort of by extension. So, this is a fiddle player, Mary Frances, Frances. Fantastic. Never heard of her before, but I'm going to follow her henceforth. Very talented, and she's basically fishing for some just sort of casual online collaboration, kind of a remix ring or something like that. Keeping in mind, I recognize she's not really like this. She's not asking for like, I need a bass player for a tour or for an album or for a gig that's coming up. She's just sort of having fun and seeing if she can find some casual collaborators. I get it. But I want to talk about how this and the reactions to it are kind of extensible to the broader context of sitting in or doing some um, slightly more, involved things, that bigger leaps than this. So she says, challenging all bassists, would love to hear your groove under this. And let's hear just a snippet of it so you know kind of what we're talking about.
3, 4.
Okay, so you probably get the point. So I think it's great. There's a really strong, she's very rhythmic. I really love the sort of extended percussive technique that she's using with the bow on the muted strings. Um, I would characterize what she's done is smart. Like it's a catchy single idea, and she's going to go through it like 3, 4, 5, 6 times, a minute's worth of times, and it's basically theme and variation. So if you may have heard, like the second time was slightly different from the first, but recognizably similar. Like they're the same idea, sort of, again, theme and variations. Great. So if you either hear something you want to play here as a bassist, or you don't, or as a drummer or whatever, you either want to play along or you don't, or you move on. But she's supplied everything a person who's inclined to participate would need. I'm telling you, like, that's an easy one. That's a softball that she has served up. It's very tasty, very good. The grid is crystal clear. She is very in the pocket. Like, there's nothing lacking. It's very, it's inspiring. It's evocative. If you want to play along, that's a good one. I don't know what else to tell you. Now, I want to talk about, kind of, again, understanding the assignment and the courage to leap. Now, let's pretend, for the sake of argument, that what she really was saying is, like she'd reached out to me specifically, and said, hey, I need a drummer for a gig at such and such tomorrow night, and so recommended you. And this is kind of what it's like. Do you think you can do this? I would say, I would listen to that and I'd think, oh, she's got her act together 100%, and that's fun, and it's very rhythmic to boot. I could have a lot of fun with that. Like, I can definitely hear all kinds of tasteful ways that I can make that sound good. Like, I can add to that. I could be a supportive member of the rhythm section and have a lot of fun doing it. So I would say yes to that. Now, as a drummer, that's basically all I need. I can just leap in, roll off, let's go. But she'd probably send me some recordings of, the songs on the set, and then I'd familiarize myself with them and make charts as I needed to, etc., etc., etc. And there is, in fact, somebody that I know from the local Portland community, a really fantastic bass player who I absolutely have the utmost confidence in to be the kind of session or short notice bass player who can leap in and similarly make it smooth with practically no preparation. He's asking some kind of follow-up questions, and I respect that because I also understand, like, sometimes online collaborations like this don't necessarily announce up front how casual they are. Now, I feel it's fairly obvious that this is a call for casual collaboration to me. But I respect that this bass player is like, hey, he's basically saying, if you are looking for someone to work with you on a project, DM me because I'm interested. I dig what you're doing and I'm very interested. Fair enough. I don't think it's going to materialize, but he's sort of being clear about, if this is for like something bigger, I'm interested. There are other people who understand the assignment immediately and they're leaping in. They're posting, hey, I did this. Yeah, I played along with it. This is what I was thinking. And I think that's the kind of, if you want to do this sort of thing for, if doing it for fun is enough, hey, everything else is gravy, right? Now, I do want to talk about people who I don't think understand the assignment. And also maybe exhibit a hesitance to leap. Hesitance? It doesn't feel like a word right this second, but I'm going to go with it. I want to say hesitancy, but that doesn't feel like a word either. All right, let's talk about that. So, one person, for instance, says, most of us would like a key signature, time, and chord progression. With that information, usually I can make it happen. And I gotta say, like, that, like, I think you're missing the point. I think you don't understand the assignment. And also, if that's how you truly feel about this, if you're like, there's not enough to go on, just don't get involved. Now, I'm going to tell you, everything that a confident pro would need is right there. You don't need anything more. So, especially if the assignment is to do a little remix, take 90 seconds and figure out what key it's in. Also, here's a hint. She counts it off. She goes 3, 4, and then she's in. That is how pros count off 4, 4. This is in 4. And if you couldn't even if she hadn't counted off, you should be able to feel it. Like, this is very strong. This is very strongly rhythmic. So, you don't believe me about the count off? Is that what you're saying? Well, let me prove it to you one more time from the top.
3, 4.
All day long, all day, every day. Just wing it. Just get in there. And I was sloppy. Hit me in the comments about which bar I was sloppy on. But all of them. That's the real answer. Anyway, like, that's such a silly thing to, like, raise your hand and say. And it really just kind of shows, not to single anybody out, but, like, if you're in a situation where someone's asking for your participation and you're just not comfortable, just keep walking. Somebody else can do it. Now, if you're in a situation and somebody's asking, how come nobody will do this thing, and you want to answer the question, then fine. Anyway, I don't know what else there is to say about this, but kind of in conclusion, music at the level of, doing it professionally, semi-professionally, when you're playing serious gigs with serious musicians, You have to have the confidence in yourself and in your abilities that however good I am, and I'm not the best, but I am good enough to play and I can leap in. I can do this. I hear what to do. I have an idea, and my ideas are good enough to go. Or I think they are, and so that's good enough for me. So understanding the assignment, which is like, she's not looking for you to redefine the instrument or to take this song in a bold new direction necessarily. If you're a Thundercat, go for it. You know, if you're Yannick Gwizdala, go for it. If you're one of these sort of elite creative bass players, 100% do your thing, be you. But the same advice also should give a player who's not of that caliber, someone like me, the same confidence to just take the leap. Understand the assignment, take the leap. Get out there, find some opportunities, understand the assignment best you can, and just take the leap. There is nothing to lose. Like, just go out there and just start taking your shot. Just go for it. All right, till next time.